Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Oh, it's not working. Oh, it's gone to that mode. That's why it's not working. One second. We just restart the system.
Shri Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om.
Swamiji, your mic is muted.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. We will start again from the preface. Every devotee or seeker holds deep reverence for Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yet, its impact on daily life often seems minimal. This may be because one perceives its wisdom, the wisdom given by Bhagavad Gita, as unrelated to improving the four fundamental aspects of life: individual, family, profession, and society. If we think, Srimad Bhagavad Gita will enable us to improve the quality of life in these four tiers: individual level, family level, professional level, social level, we might show some interest. Otherwise, like any other text, like any other branch of knowledge, we have admiration, but we don't take it seriously. So every devotee or seeker holds deep reverence for the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, yet its impact on daily life often seems minimal. This may be because one perceives its wisdom as unrelated to improving the four fundamental aspects of life, namely individual, family, profession, and society. However, true transformation begins when we recognize that the Gita is deeply connected to everyday life and that its teachings provide practical solutions for handling life's challenges with ease. This is the truth. When our thoughts, words, and deeds align with a conscious process, they naturally become productive, foster harmony, lead to inner peace. With this perspective, an effort has been made to explore the Gita, revealing it as a timeless guide, a catalyst for maintaining harmony in our relationship rooted in our awareness of the Creator. The study is divided into two parts: the background materials from which each and every chapter that helped shape the perspective that we have collected, and the core material, which includes clues for each of the 700 slokas across 18 chapters. So it is voluminous, 700 slokas spread in 18 chapters, and most of us are not conversant with Sanskrit. Most of us are not even enough time to exclusively spend on this. So these are all our problems. So what we have done is, first we go through the 700 slokas, take one point, one line or two line point, and then again condense it, prepare a chart, chapter number, name of the chapter, how many slokas. From this 700, we have extracted the key points. It may be many key points as suggested by him to us. It can be so many other key points to so many people. But Papa Swami Ramdas beautifully describes the Bhagavad Gita as a veritable mosaic of eternal wisdom. This sacred scripture provides insights into every aspect of human life, addressing both spiritual and physical dimensions with profound clarity. Its timeless relevance lies in the fact that it leaves no question unanswered about how to navigate life's challenges and opportunities. For those seeking the ultimate truths of philosophy, practical light for everyday living, the Gita is an unparalleled guide. The core message of this remarkable work is to cultivate self-awareness, establish a meaningful connection with the indwelling divine power, and align harmoniously with our role in co-creation. Me, the sense of individuality. He, the indwelling power behind the sense of individuality. And rest of the creation, co-creation. Only these three are there before everybody. So we are trying to get a proper relationship, properly connected to the other two. The ancient rishis, often regarded as spiritual scientists, delved deeply into the eternal wisdom and uncovered profound truths which they compiled into the extensive teachings of the Upanishads. We don't even know the authors. Extensive. To make these teachings more accessible to the masses, their essence was distilled and presented in the form of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is evident from the following Dhyana Shloka. Sarvopanishado gavo Gokta Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vassa Sudhir Gokta Dugdam Gitamrutam Mahate. All the Upanishads are the cows. Milkman is Lord Krishna. Arjuna is the calf. Men and women of purified intellect are the drinkers. And the supreme nectar Gita is the milk. So in other words, suppose we try to go deep into Bhagavad Gita, we get some part of the distilled wisdom of all Upanishads. It deals with the spirit. First the spirit, then the sense of individuality, then the world outside. No? The allegory of the Kurukshetra battlefield brings the Gita teachings to life. This battlefield is not just a historical or mythical setting. It represents the inner struggles we face every day. Lord Krishna, the charioteer and guide, symbolizes the indwelling reality, the divine wisdom within us. Arjuna, the warrior, filled with doubt and confusion, represents our sense of individuality, often torn between conflicting emotions and responsibilities. Kauravas are the negative forces within us, greed, anger, pride, that pull us down. In contrast, the Pandavas symbolize positive virtues such as truth, courage, and compassion. Kurukshetra is the world within and without, a stage where these forces come and clash. Through the first stanza, the Bhagavad Gita drives us to discover that every problem faced by us stems from not rising from me and mine. And the last stanza assures us that when we experience that He is the indwelling reality, who is behind all our thoughts, words, and deeds, we will enjoy happiness, peace, prosperity, born out of the guidance from Him. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is directing us to move from me and mine to me to we, then me to Him. From self-assertion born out of the sense of individuality to surrender to the power, activating the sense of individuality. This is how we look at it. That means we should know that we are only playing the part allotted to us by Him in this world Leela. Nothing is really initiated by us. However, the sense of individuality often blinds us to this truth. Beloved Papa provides a profound key to unlock the treasures of the Gita. Behold divinity in every aspect of this world Leela. Verily, it is He at play in all beings and creatures. This theme is brought out by the Lord in chapter number 8 of Bhagavad Gita in shloka number 7. At all times and in all places, remember me and fight the battle of life with mind and intellect surrendered to me. You will definitely then attain me. Of this, there is no doubt. He gives us an assurance. At all times and in all places. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyaja. At all times and in all places, remember me and fight the battle of life. Nature has gifted us an extraordinary ability to refine experiences within our own system. Yet, life today is filled with crudity. Crudity in our relationship, actions and thinking. This arises when we fail to use our body-mind complex as a refinery of experience. Functioning from a lower level of consciousness, our thoughts and actions become self-centered, leaving no space for a broader perspective. However, when we operate from the higher faculty of buddhi, our outlook naturally expands to include the well-being of others. The attitude shifts to what can we do for others, aligning with the Atman or Brahman, the one divine self present in all. That means when anything and everything is done with God dimension in our mind, the crudeness in us gets refined. Just as raw materials are refined to produce something valuable, our experiences, both good and bad, should be processed to bring out qualities such as love, compassion, peace, efficiency, and dedication. The essential question before us is, how can we refine our experiences? The Bhagavad Gita provides practical techniques to transform the mind from crudity into a refinery. More than a text for intellectual study, it serves as a guide for real-life transformation, helping us navigate challenges with wisdom and balance. Step by step, the Gita teaches us to build strong character and personality by refining our psycho-physical energy system known as buddhi. This faculty, comprising intelligence, discrimination, will and emotions, is a powerful tool for human growth. True motivation arises not from intellect alone, but from emotion and feeling, which, when harmonized with the willpower, create a dynamic force for self-transformation. By refining our inner energy, we cultivate creativity, courage, determination, focus, and innovation. The Bhagavad Gita gradually strengthens our buddhi, helping us regulate impulsive reactions, make wiser choices, and avoid regret. Normally in our life, we plan and proceed. This is not discouraged. Only thing is that while planning, we put a comma and add a word. subject to his will. Thus, the path of refinement is not an intellectual pursuit, it's a practical way of living, leading to clarity, harmony, and excellence in all aspects of life. Suddenly, we remembered one example. What is his name, that pilot? Urmila Yadav.
It's in the Bhagavad Gita.
In June 2012, Urmila Yadav, a senior pilot with Alliance Air, handled with equanimity the most alarming situation caused by the loss of the nose wheel of the plane. She did not get agitated in these trying moments, made a safe landing by manipulating independently the controls of the aircraft, thus safeguarding the lives of 48 passengers. That means not panicking, the moment when she came to know that the nose wheel had been dropped, naturally everybody will be panicking. 48 passengers are traveling with me, they are all depending upon me, I don't know how to do it. She might immediately contact the public address system, she might contact the ground forces, they cannot do anything. But just imagine the refining process, What does a refining process, how does it exhibit? How does it come to expression? Coolly we absorb all this, do some thinking. Just now we read, Bhagavad Gita gradually strengthens our buddhi, helping us regulate impulsive reactions, make wiser choices, and avoid regret. He had that courage, determination. And then, what was the result? She was able to land. Only when the aircraft had a big jerk, because it has no nose wheel, it will go and dash. Then everybody came to know something is wrong, that's all. Then she announced. She was given award, everything. So, thus the path of refinement is not an intellectual pursuit. It's a practical way of living, leading to clarity, harmony, excellence in all aspects of life. What is the outcome? We have already said one more before bringing out, we have already put one. A father sees his child go through many moods. Dirty one moment, mischievous the next, laughing in the morning, crying in the evening, yet his love for the child remains unchanged. This is an example of samabuddhi, balanced mind. Mother handling the situation where she could have lost the temper when her daughter failed to bring the milk. Not only she was peaceful, she could touch and kindle the goodness in daughter. We will try to explain it a little more. In the same way, a true seeker recognizes the presence of the divine in all situations, joy and sorrow, success and failure, laughter and tears. This understanding brings intellectual equanimity and inner peace in the form of fixed resolve, sustained faith, optimistic outlook. Before we enter the mansion of Bhagavad Gita, it will be better to have clarity on the ideal we are pursuing through Gita. Like when we become aware of Anandashram's ideal as given out by Beloved Papa in 1931, we will be able to make best use of our visit and stay. The ideal can be to properly align ourselves with the indwelling reality and our co-creation. This is the triangle. So this is the introduction part. Now we move to the chapter by chapter. For those who are hearing it for the first time, this is not the usual traditional study of Bhagavad Gita. Because we are very clear now, right from the start, that there could be so many purposes, so many ideals, so many approaches, but our purpose is how to transform our mind into a refinery so that before we react to events, individuals and objects, we will ensure that it is beneficial to us as well as to everybody. Every chapter we are approaching with this. We have not fully mastered it, but we are in the process of approaching each and every chapter. How does it help me in transforming my mind into a refinery? So that after this session we are going back again to the family, society and profession. So these three fields, when I react to events and individuals, I must have some balance, some grip. This is what we want. A very, very, very practical approach. Everybody can contribute in this. What has come to our mind, we have put it now. We will go through chapter by chapter. Again, we can come back by to chapters again because we may get new ideas. But the central theme is this: how to convert or transform our mind into a refinery. Crude oil, when it is passed through a refinery, it comes out with various byproducts which are useful in various fields, starting from aviation spirit right up to the bitumen that we use for the road. No? All have come from one crude oil. If it remains like a crude oil, this will not be useful. So similarly, when God gives us one thought to us, if we make it to go through this process, it will come out in such a way that it will give us joy and distribute joy or radiate joy to others. This should be very clear in our mind. First chapter, Arjuna Vishadayo, key theme, delusion born out of me and mine, and a vague idea of the role of God in our life. This chapter sets the stage for the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna, standing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, is overcome by doubt and despair. He is torn between duty and attachment, unable to act decisively. His struggle mirrors our own when our attachments, whether to people, circumstances or outcomes, cloud our judgment and paralyze our actions. Beneath this confusion, however, lies a quiet awareness an innate recognition of the divine within. The first step towards transformation is acknowledging this inner turmoil and seeking guidance beyond our limited self. So refining process starts first. The first requisite is to first see what is our inner turmoil and then seek his guidance. Arjuna's distress stems from attachment. His identity is wrapped up in personal relationship, his family, teachers, and friends. This attachment leads to confusion, justifying inaction in the name of righteousness. In our lives too, we become entangled in personal attachments, allowing them to dictate our emotions and decisions. We mistake attachment for love and control for responsibility. We mistake attachment for love and control for responsibility, leading to inner turmoil. Just as crude oil must be refined to become useful, our thoughts must undergo refinement to transform self-centeredness into clarity. The Bhagavad Gita serves as the refining process, turning doubt into determination, confusion into clarity, fear into faith. The root of suffering is attachment, deep-seated sense of me and mine. When the mind is entangled in personal desires, it becomes trapped in confusion and sorrow. Recognizing this delusion is the first step towards clarity. When we refine our understanding, we shift from an ego-driven perspective to one of surrender, trusting the divine's wisdom over our limited perception. This process is not about suppressing emotions, but about purifying them, allowing life to flow with grace and purpose. Ravi, a project manager, this is an example. Ravi, a project manager, was anxious about his team's performance because his identity was tied to success. Every setback frustrated him. One day after a difficult meeting, he realized his stress stemmed from attachment to results. When he acknowledged that a greater power ultimately guides outcomes, he shifted his focus to doing his best regardless of results. This shift brought him peace, made him a more effective leader. Similarly, another, Reshma, an entrepreneur, was deeply attached to her first car. When her husband's job required them to relocate, she resisted giving the car to her father-in-law, feeling emotionally tied to it. However, upon recognizing that the car was unused and could serve her family better, she let go of her attachment with a cheerful heart. In doing so, she restored harmony in her family. These examples highlight the universal truth that loosening our grip on the illusion of control allows for divine guidance and inner peace. So these are the refinement, one aspect of refinement. There could be so many. All of you can try. Arjuna's turmoil teaches us that attachment clouds judgment. The refining process helps us surrender personal limitations and open ourselves to divine wisdom. When we transform me and mine into self-awareness and surrender, we make way for clarity, strength, and inner peace. As Vinobaji beautifully expresses, O Lord, I take refuge in you. You are my guide and master. Show me the right path. I shall follow it. When we surrender in this way, Arjuna's charioteer becomes ours too, leading us to victory. Before we proceed to second chapter, let us try to understand it. That everything stems from me and mine. I hold on to my views.
Nalini auntie, please put up your mic. Put it off for a second.
So that means 2-3 things emerge out. Two, three things emerge out when we go through this first chapter with this perspective. Please mute. Huh? Nalini Pai. Yes, now. So when we keep on thinking about it, the first chapter, whenever I come across with anything that I name it as restless, that makes me restless, immediately I become aware that it is because of the dominance of me and mine. Me and mine means holding on to or asserting that my rights and wrongs, my likes and dislikes are important for me. My preferences, my priorities, my cravings, my infatuation, my attachment towards my name, fame, power, position, my wealth, all these put together is called the me and mine. So the first chapter makes us to become aware that whenever we become restless, whenever we become upset, it is because of this. I may fail, but first is I must become aware. And second, though my faith may not be that deep, I have a faith that God is behind it. A power other than me, which I am experiencing every day. When I go for sleep, the present me and mine is not functioning well, is not at all functioning, but I am still alive. Even in the absence of the so-called me and mine, I continue to become alive. Next day morning when I get up, I will say I had good sleep. That means freedom from all thoughts, and therefore all from the me and mine. So even when I am away from the me and mine, I am still alive. That power. Not very deep, but I have. So this is how we start. The first chapter gives us. Gives us the clue. So the moment I become aware of this, I will be getting some balance, in handling matters. The me and mine, me and mine, me and mine. So with this, kindly think over. If any of you get any new thought on this, kindly come forward either today or tomorrow or day after. Then we go to the second chapter. Sankhya Yoga, key theme, immortality and indivisibility of the self, perishability of the body, acting without expecting the fruit of action, self-control, equanimity of mind, efficiency in action. Many of you might know that this is one of the chapters which has got 72 stanzas. The last one has got 78 stanzas. These two are the longest or the biggest. So to put it like this, it's a tough job. So we have selected only some key points. immortality and indivisibility of the self, perishability of the body, acting without expecting the fruits of action, self-control, equanimity of mind, efficiency in action. With Arjuna paralyzed by doubt, Krishna introduces the wisdom of Sankhya Yoga, understanding that the self is eternal while the body is perishable. He urges Arjuna to rise above his attachments and act with clarity. This chapter teaches us that wisdom lies in recognizing the impermanence of the physical while remaining anchored in the unchanging reality of the self. Through refinement, we learn to act with purpose, free from attachment to results. A seed transforms into a tree, bearing fruit, yet the essence within continues. Similarly, while the body undergoes birth and death, the self expressing itself as life force, consciousness, and intelligence remains untouched. A farmer cultivates crops, acting without attachment to results. A farmer cultivates crops, but rain, soil, pollination contribute equally. Recognizing this, the wise act wholeheartedly, yet detached from results. Self-control and equanimity. Equanimity arises when we accept that God has the final say, in all matters. Refining our responses rather than reacting impulsively allows clarity to emerge. When we refine our understanding, application through refinement, we shift from identifying with the temporary to realizing the eternal. This shift enables us to act with efficiency and detachment, maintaining equanimity in success and failure alike. Refinement in mind control helps us respond with awareness rather than impulse, allowing clarity to replace confusion. And the example. Meera, a teacher, struggled with reacting impulsively to classroom disruptions. By refining her awareness, she trained herself to remain calm even in stressful situations. This equanimity allowed her to make better decisions and foster stronger connections with her students. Here now we remember one more PPT. Class of rowdies. Where is there?
It's in the Google Drive.
Huh?
It's in the Drive.
It will be a good diversion for them.
Yes,
How does the mind become a refinery and see the result by itself? It's a wonderful. We used to show to. Otherwise, I will show you where it is.
Priorities.
Got it?
Yes, it should be there. Oh, it's crazy.
Everybody can see.
No, we'll share the screen first.
Stop. Stop.
We'll go back and share the screen.
With titles,
Subtitles, I think it's there.
I think it is there. Classroom. The teacher coming for the first time. No. because that is the subtitle is necessary.
Subtitles are not showing up.
You check up in your
In the phone?
in classroom, no?
Subtitles are not there. Subtitles are not there.
Be there.
Oh, just because.
So the last one is very important. We have it here.
I'll just download and see.
I'll explain. You have some background now, no? After that, we will explain. Let us see how to what direction it has been. No, it has gone.
It's gone further. We come backwards. So very quickly.
No, this was introduced by her.
Whom?
No,
Backwards.
back.
You take this one something.
Here. So such an unruly class. Finally, she stops and goes.
Reduce the volume. Volume.
What happened?
It's coming. No, I reduced that. Volume is talking.
I will not take the class. You will be. Every day they take class. Children. She was asked, how did you change? I did not do anything. This is a very important word for all of us. I gave them space.
Audibility, please. There's no audibility.
Huh?
Now we should not he's telling something.
I gave them space. Can you hear?
Subtitles are not there. I downloaded it in the phone, but it's
Huh?
not there. Subtitles are not there.
When everybody else condemned us as rowdies, you did not do that. You gave opportunity for us to bring out whatever that is there in us. Wherever we go, we will never forget you. Without any using any bad words, any bad thoughts, this teacher could transform the entire mindset of the people who are unruly in their behavior. Tomorrow we will try. There is we have got the subtitles. Especially the last portion is very touching, very touching. That girl brings out this. So we are talking about transforming,
This is audible better? I can put on the somewhere.
That particular portion you may try to hear.
Yes, I'm just saying.
So when
When it comes to talking, the thing change. How did you manage it? At the end, I just keep the space when no one is judging them. When making nonsense that don't exist.
I gave them space, that is very important. So whenever we are unable to handle anything, instead of asserting our stand, asserting our norms, our duties, she thought it wise to give space to them. The moment she gave space to them, the way in which they want, the result became fantastic. Last line, last. So then everybody started bringing out the potentialities which was lying dormant.
Every lovely voice is a voice, waiting to be heard,
More.
wanting to be understood, wishing to be
Volume,
loved.
volume.
What is reducing sound? No, it has to be reduced from here. There is sound that is not up.
Otherwise, don't worry, it will disturb this.
Only in Hindi it is there, subtitles.
Eh?
Only in Hindi.
It is there, I got. Because that is more important, because the other way may not be very clear. And there she says, when everybody named us as written off, everybody written off. You took up the lead. That means the love she gave and the refinement that took place in her mind. That is the theme we are discussing. Anyhow, we will try to see tomorrow. And then a young boy asked a woman if we could mow her lawn. Offering to do it for half the price of her current gardener. The woman declined. The store owner who overheard offered him a job. He was telephoning. The boy smiled and said, "No, sir, I already mow that lady's lawn. I just want to check my performance." That means not me, a boy, who goes to Sunday, Saturday to earn a little living after his off school hours. He doesn't maintain that. But one day, when he was passing, he just thought, he went to a pharmacy. The owner of the pharmacy was arranging something. He immediately took a stool, did not even ask for his permission, then reached out the telephone, landline, then dialed to this lady, and he said, "I am prepared to do your maintenance of learning for half the price, for half the wages." She said, "No, I am satisfied. I already know that ladies." So then he was happy. But the shop owner was thinking, a little boy is asking for a job. Very good, I will give him a job. I will. Then he said, "I don't want any job." "No, you have been telling. I just wanted to know whether my performance is up to the mark or not." So the boy demonstrated commitment, self-evaluation, and excellence, qualities that arise when we refine our actions, focusing on growth rather than external validation. The change in the boy, it's all because of the refining. We are trying to understand what is refining. In all the three cases now we have seen how the refinement not only makes us happy, but make others also happy. This is the theme of second chapter. Sankhya Yoga teaches that wisdom lies in detachment, efficiency in action, and self-mastery. The refining process enables us to recognize impermanence, act wholeheartedly, surrender to the divine will. Through refinement, the false identity of me and mine dissolves, allowing awareness of the eternal to shine forth. From there, we move to the third chapter. From me to we, selfless action. Key theme, act with dispassion, act with freedom from attachment and aversion. Action is fundamental to life, whether at home, in the workplace, or in social interactions. We are constantly engaged in action. However, the quality of our action is determined not by the act itself, but by the attitude behind it. Two people may perform the same task, one with selfish motives, the other with selfless devotion. Yet, their inner experiences will be vastly different. When actions are performed as a duty rather than for personal gain, they transform into worship and service, elevating both the doer and the world around them. Bhagavad Gita emphasizes this shift. When we act without attachment or aversion, we purify our minds and free ourselves from suffering. Some actions bring temporary joy, but this happiness often fades, leaving behind dissatisfaction. For example, acquiring wealth may provide comfort, but if driven by greed, it leads to anxiety and restlessness. Similarly, chasing success for personal recognition may bring momentary fulfillment, but it often fuels in an endless cycle of craving and disappointment. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us that while action is inevitable, we have the power to elevate it. By aligning our daily activities with noble ideals, we transform routine tasks into stepping stones for our inner growth. Life itself is a gift from God. He provides for us, guides us, inspires us to act. Our role is to simply act without adding labels or conditions. When we embrace this perspective, we become free from attachment to success and aversion to failure. By shifting our focus from what can I gain to what can I serve, our actions become meaningful, refining both our character and the world around us. The path of Karma Yoga teaches us to act selflessly, without attachment to outcomes or aversion to difficulties. When we act as an instrument of the divine, our work becomes worship. Refining our approach to action involves cultivating detachment, which does not mean indifference, but rather freedom from self interest, while ensuring our efforts benefit others. In essence, our attachments and aversions arise from our rigid ideas of right and wrong, for expecting the world to align with our desires. Refining action means acting as an instrument of the divine, free from selfish motives, understanding that results are temporary. True fulfillment comes from purity of intent, embracing Karma Yoga, working with devotion but without attachment to outcome, cultivating detachment, recognizing that life's unfolding is guided by forces beyond our control, serving selflessly, knowing that the highest form of action is one performed without seeking personal recognition. Doctors and nurses. A powerful example of selfless action is seen in the work of doctors and nurses in a hospital. They do everything that can relieve the suffering of their patients, yet they remain emotionally balanced. They do not become overly attached to a patient's recovery or resentful when faced with difficult cases. Their service is guided by duty, not personal expectations. This is the essence of selfless action, acting with compassion but without emotional bondage. Govinda, a small business owner, initially focused solely on maximizing his profit with little regard for his employees' needs. As he grew older, he realized the importance of shifting from me first mindset to one of collective well being. Instead of seeing his employees as mere workers, he began investing in their growth and well being. The transition from self centered ambition to selfless leadership not only improved the work environment but also led to long term success in his business. This mirrors a universal truth. When we focus on serving rather than controlling, life unfolds harmoniously. A true lesson of true action, see Achyuta Menon. A remarkable example of selfless action is found in the story of a civil engineer who served in border roads organization GREF. Despite his dedication, he was denied a well-deserved promotion because his diploma from the Kerala Government Polytechnic in Calicut was not officially recognized. Feeling the injustice, he wrote to several members of parliament from Kerala seeking their intervention. Only C.C. Achyuta Menon, then a Rajya Sabha MP, responded. Without seeking attention or personal gain, Menon persistently moved the case through multiple government departments, both at the state and central level. In just 2 months, his efforts led to a unanimous resolution in the Kerala Assembly ensuring justice was served. The remarkable aspect of the story is that Menon never sought recognition for his efforts. He acted with efficiency, dedication, complete detachment from name and fame, motivated only by his commitment to justice. Years later, Achitha Menon became the Chief Minister of Kerala, bringing respect and dignity to the office. His story reminds us that true leadership and service stem from silent, selfless action, not personal ambition. Conclusion. Refining our approach to action involves acting as an instrument of the divine, free from selfish motives, understanding that results are temporary, but true fulfillment comes from purity of intent, embracing Karma Yoga, working with devotion but without attachment to outcomes, cultivating detachment, recognizing that life's unfolding is guided by forces beyond our control, serving selflessly, knowing that the highest form of action is one performed without seeking personal recognition. When we align our action with these principles, every task, big or small, becomes a step toward inner purification and spiritual growth. So, like that, we will go bit chapter by chapter. We have squeezed, distilled, so that by the time we reach the 18th chapter, we will be able to remember something, some examples, something contained in each and every chapter, that which enables us to refine ourselves, so that when we deal with objects, persons, situations, our whole mindset, norms become changed. Even now, many of us have been benefited by that at various levels, but we were not aware. Now we become aware of it. The more we become aware of this dimension, the faster will be our refinement. Because at that time, our reaction was limited to that person or to that situation. Now we find God has defined us. God has assigned that particular experience for us. And then that will stay with us. It will help us to some extent in our dealing with all these persons, objects, situation in the days to come. So let us try to go through Bhagavad Gita with this perspective. Refinement, refinement, refinement. How to make my mind a refinery, so that what comes out of this becomes a beneficial product, not only to me, but to the others. We have been requesting friends to come out with their own examples, the one which they have seen or heard. So that, like this Urmila Yadav, in the field, not sitting in a cave, the Gita reaches there. And she comes out and she makes us to know about it, More about it tomorrow. And one of our friends, when we were in, what do you call it? Almora, yeah. One couple came from Calicut. So they had to come to this Pantinagar, from Delhi to Pantinagar by air, and from Pantinagar to Almora by road. So when we were making a mention about Urmila Yadav, immediately they said it was she who piloted the aircraft. Very friendly, very loving. So even then, even in normal times, she is friendly and loving. She spends time with the passengers. So not merely a professional, just go there, attend the duty, then go back. She found time. She finds time and enjoying the company of sin. So that is how this refinement works. So like that, whenever you happen to know about any of such inspiring examples, kindly bring it so that everybody will get the benefit. The more we associate ourselves with such examples, the purificatory process gets set in our mind. The more we become aligned to such things. This is another way of refining. In 12th chapter, the Lord will list 35 values. The more we think about it, the negativities will get diminished. And this aspect of optimistic outlook gets more and more strengthened. And that will help us to refine our mind. So let all these thoughts prevail. We have to keep on doing. We are on a study. Don't think any of the whatever we have shared, it is the final or intermediary. It is the preliminary now. We are trying to understand each and every chapter with this mindset. So we request all of you to kindly join this study. It's a collective study. Try to apply. We have covered 3 chapters now. The first one is on me and mind to understand. Second, there are so many. The impermanency, the indivisibility and immortality of the soul, the impermanent nature of the body, efficiency in action, equanimity, act without expectation. These are all the things. And in the third, we found convert all our activities into karma yoga. So whether at home or in the office or with friends, let us try to see what is in store for us tomorrow. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody, Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar. Hari Om.
Namaskaram.
Namaskar. Hari Om, Hari Om.